Hi, and welcome to Patching Protocol video series. This first video will cover a large subject, and that is dealing with pain. If you have watched our first video series, The LİFEWAVE Journey, you may have by now a better understanding of the few basic principles of LİFEWAVE patches, and how we could initiate a correction to our imbalances. In other words, attempt to reverse our current state of discomfort. As we all know, pain is definitely a state of discomfort that we would all like to manage more efficiently. This particular video will deal specifically with pain management by outlining simple concepts and different approaches to various cases and possible scenarios. Let's get started then. As we could see on video number 3, in cases of general pain, like back pain for example, we could place an Icewave tan or negative patch directly to the point of pain. It was also said that the Icewave white or positive patch could be placed, for example, at the sternum. That approach is helpful in some cases, but what could we do if the level of pain does not change with those placements? Finding the right direction. This approach will also require us to place an Icewave tan or negative patch directly to the point of pain. If we think in terms of energy flow, we could attempt to stimulate that area in a specific direction. For example, if we place the Icewave white or positive patch at the top position of the tan patch, we would attempt to increase the energy flow in that direction. This approach is called the clock or Haltewang or cross method, where we basically need to move the white patch in a clock-like motion, starting at the top, then to the right, below, and lastly the left position, which are also called the 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock positions respectively. Now let's continue with our first scenario. After placing the white patch at the 12 o'clock position, we can wait for a short while, like 30 seconds, and we should pay attention if the pain has changed in any way. We say in any way, because the pain could actually decrease or increase its intensity. The good news is that both outcomes will help us during this process. Next, if after a short while we feel no change to the level of pain, we could move the white patch from the 12 o'clock to the 3 o'clock position. We wait again for a short while, like 30 seconds, and if we feel no change to the level of pain, we can move the white patch to the 6 o'clock position. Now let's say that the pain has changed at this particular location. The question then would be, in a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being the current level of pain, how much the pain has decreased at that stage. Let's create a scenario where the pain has decreased from 10 to 8. What could we do to attempt decreasing even more then? Take the white patch and keep the 6 o'clock position as a reference, and move it approximately 1 inch to the right. Wait for another 30 seconds, and if the pain has not changed, we move it again, but now approximately 1 inch to the left side. That has shown in many cases a further improvement to the level of pain. Now, what would happen if the position at the previous scenario, instead of decreasing the level of pain, increases it even more? This new scenario would sometimes require us to simply exchange both patch positions. The tan patch will go where the white patch is, and therefore the white patch will go where the tan patch was before. We just reverse the polarity. Doing this, it has also shown in many cases a further improvement to the level of pain. Now, if the pain we are dealing with has been there for a long time, or as we commonly call it, an old pain, sometimes the best thing to do would be to start all the previous process by placing the white patch directly to the point of pain and move the tan patch around. The arrow technique. There is another variation to the clock method. This approach will also require us to place an Icewave tan or negative patch directly to the point of pain. Now, thinking like we shoot an arrow straight through the point of pain, we can place the Icewave white or positive patch directly to the opposite side of the body, following the arrow direction. In this case, it would be above the chest. Wait for a short while, like 30 seconds, and if we feel no change to the level of pain, we start the clock method on that side of the body. Now we start with 12 o'clock, then 3 o'clock, and so on, until we can identify any change on the level of pain while on any of those positions. Important note, do experiment different variations of all the concepts just explained. With this method alone, usually a great amount of pain reduction is achieved. Moving pain. Some of us have experienced while testing different positions that the pain will move to a different location. Now, in some cases, by moving the Icewave tan patch directly to the new point of pain would help, but usually the pain will move back to its original place, so we won't really like to chase the pain around. Here, it is an interesting way to go about it. Let's say the pain is moved downward from its original location. Now, while leaving the set of Icewave patches in place, we add another Icewave tan patch directly to the new point of pain, and place another Icewave white patch over the tan patch, or as we call it, stacked over. That simple approach has shown very good results when the pain moves around. We will also look into more advanced stacking techniques later in this video. Local, adjacent, and distal areas. With the clock method, we are placing a patch at a local area and moving another patch at adjacent positions. We could also test distal positions located at the extremities of the limbs. Again, if the pain is located at the shoulder, we could place an Icewave tan patch directly to the point of pain, and place an Icewave white patch to the extremity on the opposite side, in this case, for example, at the outer side of the right hand. We could also test by placing it at the top of the right foot. If no apparent pain relief is noticed after a short while, we could alternatively test by placing the Icewave white patch at the extremity on the same side, in this case, for example, at the outer side of the left hand. We could also test by placing it at the top of the left foot. Pain blocking technique. If the pain is located at the mid-back, right between the shoulder blades, for example, we could place an Icewave white patch on the right side of the pain and an Icewave tan patch on the left side of the pain. That might work as a pain blocker and help relax both sides where the pain is located. Now, a very interesting recommendation is to move the same pair of patches a bit higher from where the pain is, and also move it to several locations below the actual point of pain. This simple technique could be helpful in cases like neck and general back pain. The same principle could also be used in cases like elbow, wrist, and knee, etc. The triangle technique. This particular technique could complement the previous blocking technique, as we will see. The idea is to create a triangular shape with the patches by introducing another patch type, like an Aeon patch, for example. Using the previous example, we could place a single Aeon patch at a higher position than the pair of Icewave, forming a triangular shape. One good example of this triangle technique is the knee pain protocol published on our site. What about a double triangle then? By adding a single glutathione patch at a lower area, we will form a double triangle. Do experiment adding another patch at the other side of the body, creating triangles in different planes. Lastly, many tests have been done with Aeon, carnosine, and glutathione triangles in different cases. One good example is the digestive issues protocol published on our site. Stacking technique. This is also a very simple technique which has shown good results in cases of severe pain in situations like hitting your toe on a sharp edge or hammering your finger. The idea is to stack patches over the other and use them directly at the point of pain. For example, we could start by placing an Icewave tan patch directly to the point of pain, then by placing a carnosine patch over the Icewave tan patch at the same position. Lastly, an Aeon patch over the carnosine patch, which is over Icewave tan patch at the same position. This is what we call a triple stack, and it is published on our site as the Severe Pain Protocol. Final notes. There are many ways we could use all these concepts while patching ourselves or others. The interesting thing, though, would be to identify the most suitable patch placement, which will ultimately help us to deal more effectively in any case of pain. Very important. Pay special attention to be well hydrated. Drink good quality water in a regular basis. Remember that water is essential for our energy pathways to move. As you can see, this video includes a variety of concepts and useful techniques to use in pain-related cases. The next video will also deal with pain management, but with a different approach. Thank you for watching.